Hi, I'm Selman, owner of Evolution Trainers in Mountain View, California, and I'm here today with a colleague of mine, Lisa Engles, who is an expert in mind and body programs. And today she's going to talk about a little bit about breathing and how important breathing is to our overall health. So welcome, and talk to us about that, Lisa.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Well, I think that one of the most forgotten things in our industry, in the health and fitness industry, or the most left out, is this thing about the breath and how important breath and breathing is to our overall health and well-being. And in fact, Dr. Andrew Weil says that if there was one thing that he would recommend to everybody to improve their overall health and well-being, it would be to breathe properly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's something that I think has been left out, and yet we're seeing a little bit more about it. We're hearing a little bit more about the importance of breath and breathing, and of course we know that the breath is often used for stress reduction and using the breath to calm our body down, but most people aren't aware that lack of proper breathing or breathing incorrectly can cause an entire host of problems in the body, including weight gain, which is something that you've talked about before, but a huge one is that it triggers the stress response in the body when we're not breathing correctly, which then triggers a whole host of reactions in the body that can cause weight gain, not to mention sleep disorders are often caused by incorrect breathing. And I mean, the list goes on and on, to metabolic disorders, inability to digest your food correctly.
Wow.
I mean, it's really a huge subject.
Well, it's funny, you talk about it, it's like, wow, could it really cause all those things? When you think about it, how many times a day do we breathe? I mean, do you know that number? There's like a huge number, right?
That's funny, I don't know, but the breath is the key to life, right? The breath of life.
And we take it so for granted, we don't think about it. I mean, as an athlete for years, we never even talked about it, and you're right, it's only been the last couple years that I've started to see and hear more and more about it in the health and fitness industry, and it's sort of when you step back for a second and you go, oh yeah, I mean, I could see how that can affect so many things in our body, but yet really nobody thinks about it.
Yeah, and I think the key to the breath that most people don't understand is that if you're breathing incorrectly, which the vast majority of people in our society are, you're triggering the stress response in the body, that fight or flight response. And what we want to do is to nurture the relaxation response in our body. And when we breathe shallow, we have these receptors in our lungs that trigger the sympathetic response in the nervous system, which is associated with stress. And again, all of those things that happen with the stress. When we breathe correctly, we can trigger the parasympathetic nervous system, which induces the relaxation response in our body.
That's great. Well, it's obvious to me that you certainly are an expert about breathing, because I just learned a few things right here that's new to me. So we'll talk a little bit more with some other tips coming up?
I'll give you some more tips.
Great. Well, join us again. I'm going to talk again to Lisa Engles about some ways that you can change your breathing to improve your health. So thank you for joining us today.